So this morning, been out driving for a few hours. Checked out a few lakes, so we can start taking the kayak out, and we almost actually hit a deer on the highway. Luckily, we were able to stop, which is good. So one thing I wanted to actually discuss with everyone today is why aren't you losing weight on a carnivore diet? So we got the kayak all patched up, dried, and ready. I'm actually going to pick up a used trailer tomorrow that I found on sale. This way I don't have to keep lifting the kayak on top of my FJ. Will make it a lot easier to load and unload. Then hopefully tomorrow or the day after, we'll probably go fishing if it doesn't rain. Hey guys, as you all know, today is Friday, and Friday is our carbohydrate day, which is always looking forward to it. I just finished my workout, and this is gonna be my after training shake that I usually make. But this time, you guys probably noticed as of last week, I consumed bananas and I kind of felt not great, especially at nighttime, couldn't digest it properly. So this time, I'm actually replacing the banana with something else. This is gonna be my shake. So just to let you know what's gonna be in it, there's about 10 grams of whey protein. We're using 5 grams of leucine, 5 grams of creatine, 5 grams of D-ribose, and I replaced the bananas with dextrose, and I'm using 20 grams of dextrose in here. Now you have two options. You can either mix it with a half a cup of water, or you can actually mix it with about 2 espresso shots. Now the caffeine does stimulates more glucose to the uptake to the muscle, especially when you actually have ribose along with it. So it is your option. Try it out, see whichever one you like. But as you can see, no bananas anymore. That's it. I actually did put a little bit of water and about half a cup of espresso. It actually gives it a nice rich flavor, which is amazing. Definitely try it out. So the top of the trailer is starting to look good. We got some of the wood, some of the 2x4s and 2x6 all set up for the legs. A couple more days we should be done. We just need constant sun so we continue finishing this project. This whole field is packed with wild strawberries. There's a lot. Hey guys, check this out. Look at the size of these strawberries. They're just amazing. Look how tiny they are. Super delicious. Very lemony, sweet. There you go, that's my carb load for the night. Today's topic, we're gonna actually go in depth about weight loss and how it can actually benefit you on a short term and a long term as well too. So how to lose weight being on a carnivore diet. I'm gonna actually put myself as an example. How have I done it for the past couple years? And the weight I lost, and now I'm trying to kind of put on a little bit more of a muscle mass. First, I want to talk about is one of the biggest mistake that we are all doing, and I did personally, is when we started the carnivore diet, we were told, don't worry about overeating, because what happened is your body, after it actually repairs itself, it'll go back to its proper intake of food. And my thoughts on that is bullshit. A lot of influencers slash doctors were saying that because they don't have a clue about overeating or not overeating, undereating, so on and so forth. So they just say, hey, what the hell? Just eat as much as you could because your body needs it. Eventually, it will stable off. And it does not stable off because there's a lot of individuals, even myself, end up getting issues. And these issues, let's just put the blood work on the side. These issues that caused myself or other people end up harming us in a way. First of all, for example, myself, when I adapted the carnivore, within the first 90 days, I did have a heart attack. And I won't go so much in details in regards to that, because what happened is I found out later that my body cannot utilize and emulsify saturated fats properly. So therefore, one of my inflammation that causes a plaque buildup end up increasing. And that's why I actually developed the Carnivore Diet app, because I wanted to help so many individuals out there. And so far, more than 7,700 users following me and asking me questions. And over the past year and a half, a lot of these users had, increase of particle sizes. They had kidney issues. They had gout, uric acid, loss of hair, gaining weight. There's so many symptoms are showing up just because we all end up freaking overeating. So first thing you want to do is adjust your intake of food. Try to stick between 0.7 to about 0.9 grams of protein per 1 pound of body weight. If you are an athlete or you are actually working quite a bit on a daily basis, where you're actually utilizing so much of your body for work like construction, landscaping, working on oil and gas, so on and so forth, then definitely increase your protein intake up to 1 or 1.2 grams per 1 pound of body weight. Now, when it comes down to fats, play with it. Don't go a ratio 2 to 1. And I used to actually talk about that. Yeah, go for a ratio 2 to 1. No, don't do that, because we don't know how much fat we require, because fat is the energy level, the same thing as carbohydrates, right? A lot of people were getting sick from carbohydrates. Now we're all consuming fats. What if we end up, getting sick from fats as well too? So don't go as high as a ratio 2 to 1. Try 0.5 grams per 1 pound of body weight and work your way up. Some people could actually tolerate 0.5 grams, and some can actually tolerate up to 2 grams. I go 2 grams per 1 pound of body fat for the fat intake. But keep in mind, my fat intake is mostly monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. I cannot emulsify saturated fats. And guess what? A lot of the ribeyes and meat and steaks and roast, they're all packed with high saturated fats. So if you're able to consume and emulsify the saturated fat, then by all means go for it and play it on how much your body requires on a daily basis. Another thing is to look for is raw milk. Now, when it comes down to raw milk intake, it's the only product known to man that actually has both fat and sugar, and they're both quite high. It is a necessity for a lot of the younger babies because they are actually growing, but for adults, you don't need any, there's no growth required or anything. And it's one of the worst mix you can actually have, especially if you have a malfunctioning mitochondria, because now you have fat and you have sugar. They're both trying to compete for the uptake. So that's one thing you actually have to be careful of. Eggs is another big issue. We all know, certain individuals cannot tolerate or break down the egg white or sometimes the egg yolk as well too, because it's all based on how how the farmers raising them. Are they pasture raised? Are they fed on grain? Are they actually left in the wild and they can actually pick and eat whatever they want? Also, the eggs are very high hormonal food, and therefore it does cause a slight distress on the gut. Yes, it does get you satiated fast. You don't need to eat a whole lot. It is good for, additional kickstart of a weight loss, but not for a long term, just due to the hormonal food that we don't know how it actually reacts to the human body yet. There's still not enough studies on it. But overall, it is an excellent source of protein. It is an excellent source of fats and omega-3, don't get me wrong, but try to kind of keep the limitation between 3 to 5 eggs a day. Try not to exceed that, and stick to the eggs by itself. Don't mix it with other protein intake, because it will actually cause much more of a distress on your gut, and it causes a slight inflammation. The only way you want to actually consume eggs, let's say with ribeye or fish, eliminate the white completely. So let's say if you are doing all these things and you are in a strict carnivore where you're only eating, meat and fish, and you're still not losing weight, check your thyroid, check your hormones, check your intake of water. Make sure you are actually getting hydrated properly, you are sleeping properly. Check all these things. With me, I lost 22 pounds in total when I turned carnivore, and after that I stopped, and I really wanted to lose more. I wanted to actually shed a bit more weight and feel a little bit better overall. And when I did more testing, it did show that my thyroid wasn't functioning as well, just because due to the too much fasting, and I'm not eating a whole lot of fat, which is I couldn't. So what I've done, I went on supplements such as selenium, zinc, and iodine to actually support my thyroid. And within about a month and a half, I started my weight loss, and I started losing weight again. And I got to a point where I'm happy with. Now, moving forward, of course, now I actually do the intermittent fasting probably once or twice a week, no more than that. I keep it very minimal. I only eat dairy once or twice a week. I eat eggs. Sometimes, I go a week where I eat eggs daily, and sometimes I go a week where I eat no eggs at all. So I cannot try to balance everything, but my majority of the food has been fish more than anything. And I limit the amount of cheeses, I limit the amount of raw milk, I limit the amount of many animal parts, especially when it comes down to organs as well too. Because I've noticed when I eat organs, I get inflammation in my joints. So I try to kind of limit it. And the only reason I limit organs and eggs and milk products, just because they are all hormonal foods, and we don't know how they react to the system. So after I checked my thyroid, got it all fixed, I started losing weight again. Perfect. Then I wanted to put on more muscle mass, and I knew when I did a lot of the testing, I wasn't feeling good. Even thought, I've been doing carnivore for 2.5, coming up to 3 years now. There was something missing. So I reintroduced carbs. And what I've done is with the carbohydrates, I've only kept it very minimal, but I've only done it once a week as a carb load. And the whole concept with the carb load is you do your resistance training, your body fat gain shuts off for about an hour, and when you actually consume any type of simple carbohydrates, what happens is your body will utilize it to refuel the glycogen levels, so therefore you get more growth into your muscles. And that's what I've done. And as soon as I start doing that process, I actually start losing even more weight, but gaining more muscle mass as well too. So it's not all about just eating meat and fish and that's it, and live a happy life. There's more to the body than what me and you we know about. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. So there's a lot of missing information out there that we don't know exactly what to do with it yet. So we are constantly testing. But seriously, come on. You really want to lose weight on a carnivore diet? Let me just tell you one thing. So imagine this. You start the carnivore diet, you lose about 10-15 pounds, but in your mind, I want to lose 20-30 pounds. But what if you lost that 15 pounds and suddenly your body says, hey, you're not going to lose any more weight because I have other things to worry about. You might have some type of inflammation, symptom, disease that I'm trying to actually repair. And people, they get frustrated. They say, hey, Maurice, I follow the program, I follow everything you gave us. We lost 20 pounds, but I want to lose really 30 pounds, and my weight just halted. So we try different methods. We try the carb load, we try the fasting, we check the thyroid, everything is balanced. And the person's still not losing weight. The thing is, weight is almost like a side effect, right? So you eat healthy, suddenly your body loses weight, but it hits a capacity where it says, hey, that's all I'm going to lose right now because there's other issues in the body I need to fix before we continue losing weight. So don't worry too much about it. Your body knows exactly what it's doing. Just keep feeding it the same protein intake, the fat ratio that you need. You're mentally, overall, you feel great, you're sleeping better, you are in a good cognition and everything. What more do you want? So let the body take its own course. Let the body repair the system. And trust me, it doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't happen in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a year. It can take years because it took years to abuse the stupid body. Now we're actually trying to fix that body. So be patient. It's not all about weight loss. And, sometimes you get these audience where they give up. They say, oh, well, hell, the diet is not working. I want to switch again. No, it is working. You're being impatient. I'm sitting here trying to help you guys and answer a lot of the questions in regards to why we're not losing weight. And I'm here sitting eating some carbohydrates because tonight is my carb load. And trust me, the cool thing about the carb load, I eat about 2 to 3 cups of uncooked rice, which is every cup gives you about equivalent to about 3 cups of cooked rice. I wake up in the morning and I'm actually in a negative. I drop about 2 to 4 pounds, and that's how I know my carbohydrates has been successful. That's how simple it is. When you know what your body needs and you give it the right nutrients at the right time, it's amazing what it can do for you. Zero inflammation. My insulin will spike right now. It'll crash within less than 6 hours. I go to sleep, my growth hormone turns on, I start to utilize it. The next day I wake up, I'm a negative of 4 pounds. That's real science. And there's a lot of research and there's a lot of studies behind it. You refuel your glycogen levels, you have a really good, heavy, intense training workout, then you eat this stuff. And you only do it once a week. I only do it once a week. And I know for a fact, when I'm on my 4th day through the week, I'm already starting to kind of feel a little bit depleted, not enough energy. On a 5th and 6th day, what keeps me going is because I'm looking forward to that 7th day. I'm looking forward to actually surprise myself with a carb load. And usually I would actually do my own cooking. It would be, white rice. It could be rice pudding with water instead of milk. It could be a shake that I create, or possibly some sorbet ice cream that I make my own. But the whole idea is to limit as much fructose as possible. If you get a glucose from dextrose, getting simple rice, sweet potatoes, stuff like that, definitely will benefit you. But anything that would have any type of fructose, you'll actually put a lot of distress on your liver, because the liver doesn't know what to do with it, and therefore it creates inflammation. So keep it as simple as possible, and it makes a huge difference.